Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. Today we're doing a proper cut crease and the blue one at that, and I haven't done one in a while, although I do love blue, so it was about time. Anyway, I was filming and thinking, what should I call this video, what should I call it, and right after that came my mom in and said, an endless blue on your eyes, and I thought, that's a good idea, maybe I should call it that. We'll see. Anyway, we are going to use for this look this palette from Be Perfect Cosmetics, and it's called Carnival Palette, and it's in collaboration with Stacey Marie, makeup artist. Great job. I mean, I'm still shocked. This is all you need in life, makeup wise, of course, because this is highly pigmented. The colors are so vibrant. The mattes, they have little to no dropout, and they blend like a dream. How is this possible? I still don't get it. But anyway, let's jump into the video. I'm gonna talk about the makeup and the palette as I do my makeup. Now let's start. Starting with the eyes, I'm going to take first this primer, which is actually a paint pot in soft ochre from MAC. I'm applying this with my fingers as I always do. I'm tapping it into my skin and applying just a thin layer of it, because we will get the opposite effect and we don't want that. And now I'm showing you this step, which is completely unnecessary, but I did it because I started with a look in my head and I kind of developed differently. Anyway, as I've said, I'm just applying this, but in the end it's not gonna matter. It was just a white eyeshadow from England. But now I'm taking the start of the show. I am taking this palette from Be Perfect Cosmetics, and Rhode is the first eyeshadow I'm picking, and I'm just pressing it into my skin where I want it. I'm not really blending it out or anything like that. I'm just worried about the shape I want to create. And then I'm taking a bigger, fluffier blending brush from Beauty Bay, and this eyeshadow, which is like a very light dusty pink from England as well. It's a matte eyeshadow that I'm always using for blurring out edges, and this is really the perfect eyeshadow for me on my skin tone, because you can't really see it, but it blurs out so beautifully the other eyeshadow. And this is how it's looking. I'm going to put more than just one blue layer because I want to intensify that, but this is my base and I'm working slowly. You know, I'm applying, I'm blending, I'm taking my time, then I'm reapplying, I'm blending again, and you know, I'm just gonna do this step until I'm happy with how it looks. Now I'm going to cut the crease, so to say, you know, speaking in elevator terms. I'm just gonna clean the area where I want to put a lighter shade. I also want to say that if I were to actually wear this makeup somewhere, then I wouldn't do this step, the cut creasing, with a concealer, no matter what concealer. I would do this with the paint pot, for example, because that's gonna really block out the oiliness of the lids, because the lids produce oil. It's gonna break down the makeup. So don't do this with a concealer, do it with, for example, the paint pot, as I've said, because that is gonna stop the oils to come through. Right, so now we are moving on to the next blue eyeshadow, which is Sky, and this is exactly what it is. It's like a really intense sky blue eyeshadow, and look at this punch of color. Amazing. I was a bit worried about this step because I usually apply an eyeshadow and then I go over it with another eyeshadow, and well, that was it. That's the real test when you want to put another eyeshadow on top of an eyeshadow, but like this, you know, like patting it, really patting it. And normally when you do that, they tend to sort of erase some areas and others not so much, and it just leaves bald spaces. It looks so uneven and funny, and it kind of is annoying. Now back to work. With this eyeshadow, I'm covering about 1/3 of my eyelid, so actually the middle of it. And first I patted the eyeshadow into place where I wanted it to have, and then I'm going over the edges because I don't want any harsh edges. I want like a distinct line there, yes, but I don't want it to be like graphic, you know, like to have a sharp line there. I want it blur out. Now I'm taking a shimmery eyeshadow which looks even in the pan almost white, but it actually translates pink. This is the most interesting eyeshadow I've used in a while. So this, when you rub it into the skin, pat it and then rub it, it becomes pink. Now I'm cleaning underneath my eyes because it's time for eyeliner, and I'm going to use from Inglot, a very good one. I actually find this to be the best eyeliner on the market at the moment because it's very opaque, very black, very matte. It's also very creamy and it stays put, so everything you need in one pot. This time I'm going for a thicker application, and also the flake I'm going to elongate it a lot more than it is at the moment. I'm going to go for that Instagrammy look. On the top lashes, I'm going to put on mascara, which is from Max Factor, the Masterpiece one. This is in Rich Black, and I've used it, I think, for the first time about 11 or 12 years ago, and yeah, I'm still using it. Well, not the one I've bought then, but you know, I'm buying it again and again. It's a very good one, although I normally don't go for the spiky wand, but this one, you can really go into the lashes, and the formula of this is good. I recommend it to you to try it out and see for yourself. For falsies, I'm going to use those ones from Harrison Lashes, and I love this style. I can't say what exactly it is, it doesn't say on the packaging, but I think it's the perfect style for this look. Moving on to my base, I'm going to apply first a moisturizer, which is going to be, you know, the base of my makeup today. This is actually a serum from La Roche-Posay. I love this stuff so much. I've been using it for months now, and I'm using it every single day. I love how makeup applies on top of this because it's a bit sticky and thick, you know, in consistency. You can really feel that plumping up effect, that moisturizing effect, and also if you apply it, rub it into your skin with your fingers, that will get your blood flow going. For my base, I'm using two foundations because the Studio Fix one from MAC in the shade NC20 is a bit too yellowy for my skin tone. I'm mixing it with another one which is like more neutral. It's the Color Stay foundation from Revlon in the shade 250. I love both foundations, and I'm happy that I did mix them together because it was a good mix. I think my skin looked very good. For concealer, I'm taking the Infallible one from L'Oreal in the shade Cashmere. I am using it now and again, but to be honest, this is not the perfect product for me because it is drying underneath the eyes. I feel like it's so thick and it doesn't really melt into the skin. I can see it on the skin, and it also emphasizes the fine lines and the texture where you apply it because of course it's a drying product. And yeah, I had high hopes for this product, but it's not exactly what I wanted. For powder, I'm taking again another drugstore product. I love good drugstore products because you can afford them, I can afford them, and I feel like some of them are really good. This powder is exactly one of those products, and this is the Fit Me powder from the Fit Me range from Maybelline in a lighter shade. Then I'm taking this bronzer which has like a middle section there, and that's shimmery. You know, if you want your bronzer to become shimmery, then just swirl the brush into the product and you're gonna get that effect. If you don't, just take what's on the sides and that's matte. I did a bit of both, I'll be honest, because it's quite hard to take just the sides of that product and not touch the middle part. But anyway, I do like it, and I think more in summertime than now. But anyway, this is how it's looking. As always, I did apply it on the areas where I normally apply my bronzer. And by the way, if you want like an in-depth tutorial where to apply your bronzer and highlighter and blusher and you know the face products in general accordingly to your face shape, then just tell me down below because I will do that if you want it. And I have moved on to the blusher, which is one of my favorites. I've talked about this on my channel many times. This is from Bare Minerals, a loose blusher in the shade Perfect Rose. I think that on a lighter skin tone, it translates really, really nice. So that's why I love it. And then I'm moving on to the highlighter, which is like a holographic one. It has a bit of a bluish tone in it, a bit of a pink tone, and also silver. I love this effect. It's also very pigmented. It doesn't look like that in the pen, but it is, believe me. I went a bit overboard, which I don't do, but you know, it's an Instagrammy look for YouTube, so I had to apply a bit heavily, but I took off the most of it because too much is too much even for YouTube. And then to sculpt underneath my cheekbones, I used Sculpt, which is a sculpting powder from MAC. I don't use this enough. I think it's a beautiful shade, a perfect shade for my skin tone. And then I'm finished with the base and I'm moving on to the eyes again, and I'm doing the lower part now as I usually do, and I'm being very careful not to have fallout because it would actually ruin my look. But with this palette we do not have that problem, as I've mentioned at the beginning. And you saw that I took Sky, I applied it heavily underneath my my eyes, and I smoked out the lower part of it a bit, and now I am applying the darker blue right along the lashes, and I'm staying there with this. I'm not going too far downwards. On another note, the shape I wanted to create with the blue eyeshadows is like elongated but also not very graphic, actually very smoky, so no harsh lines, just the eyeliner in the middle of it. And now I'm coating my lower lashes quite heavily with this mascara, which I love very much. You all know that from MAC. It's the Extended Play Mascara in black, and this is waterproof, it's not gonna bleed. And on the lips I'm just gonna put a lip liner, which is from Kiko. I think this is an older one. I don't know if you can find it, or even if it's expired, I really don't care. I love the shade of it on my lips. It's like a rosy pinky shade, and it's just for me. I'm not using it on clients. As you can see, this is like a pinky glossy shade, and that's why I'm not putting any lipstick on top of it, because it's like a lipstick. And this is the final look. So guys, I really do hope you liked my video as always, and if you did, give a thumbs up and also subscribe here to my channel. Don't go before you subscribe here to my channel, and also hit that bell button underneath because you will miss my upcoming videos if you don't. And go follow me on my social media as well, because that helps. And Instagram, Facebook and VERO are my platforms where I post stuff I don't post here. That's all it is about. And yeah, I'll see you next time. Bye!